Good evening. The Otago Catchment Board has given BHP the OK for its gold mine at Macrae's Flat. BHP was granted a water right today subject to a list of conditions, and if during the next 51 years anything goes wrong and streams are contaminated by chemicals used in the mining process, the company will be held responsible. The Fire Service is predicting further house fires in Cromwell this winter from illegally modified coal-burning heaters. It's thought at least 100 heaters have had safety catches removed to make them burn better, but the modification can turn them into potential death traps, as Michael Lynch reports.
Fires like this are getting out of hand in Cromwell. And there are hundreds of old Juno heaters in the town, installed as part of the Uniform Ministry housing scheme a decade ago. There's nothing wrong with the heater, but the combination of Cromwell's still winter air and poor chimney design means householders try to get more heat out of them than they were designed for. They take off the safety catch between the firebox door and the ashpan door. This allows the bottom door to be opened by itself. And whoosh, the fire's away and right out of control.
The whole house could get burned down. And it's the hurting of people that we're worried about. We're really worried about that one.
Cromwell's houses have seen tenants come and go. Most of the Junos have been modified, and even worse, the cupboards behind the heaters have been opened up and used for storage. The Cromwell Brigades had 3 fires in a week in the same street.
But the Brigade has been to 1 or 2 fires that have occurred where people were actually sitting, in the room, and suddenly the cupboard was on fire. So they weren't asleep in bed or anything like that.
The message, and it applies to all solid fuel heaters, is follow the instructions, stay warm and stay safe.
A petition against the proposed closure of Queen Mary Hospital has drawn more than 10,000 signatures. It'll be presented to the Finance Committee in a baby's bassinet on Thursday morning. And in Gore, more than 9,000 people have signed a petition to the Minister of Health protesting against proposed cuts to their hospital. Another petition of nearly 8,000 signatures is already in the hands of the Area Health Board. One of Queenstown's best-known tourist attractions is up for sale. After spending more than 20 years showing tourists the delights of Lake Wakatipu, the country's only operating hydrofoil carries a price tag of $200,000.
The name Meteor has been synonymous with Queenstown Bay since just after the last World War. That's when Jack Stone began operating high-speed trips with his 9-passenger Meteor 1. Frank Hayward took over and developed Meteor 2, something new with its perspex top and striking lines. But the real eye-catcher, now up for sale, came in 1966. The hydrofoil was built and brought out from England. Capable of 35 miles per hour, the Meteor 3 carried 17 passengers and was an instant attraction. Since then, those sturdy front foils have carried it the equivalent of 3 times round the world. The owner since the early 80s, Wayne Perkins, is selling because he hopes to upgrade the tourist service with a larger, high-speed craft.
John McDermott with that report. The Dunedin Art Gallery now has an extension which reaches right into the centre of town. It's opened an annex in the Carnegie Centre in Moray Place in an attempt to make its presence more widely felt in the city. Carolyn Harper's been to see the new gallery.
After a year of planning, the Dunedin Public Art Gallery's annex in the Carnegie Centre is up and running. The new facility is run by the Art Gallery Society, and it's hoped the central city location will encourage people to drop in their lunch hour. The annex will exhibit works which don't fit in with the main gallery's policy.
We intend to show a broad spectrum of work that is not generally shown at the public gallery, and these works will probably be for sale, which we could no longer have works for sale at the public gallery any longer. The gallery is intended to complement the main gallery and will be run in close association with it.
The opening exhibition, Private Pictures, is a selection of works from gallery members' private collections. Works range from this 1852 oil by Frederick David Hardy to this recent work by Graham Sidney, entitled Circus. The new gallery is on a 12-month trial.
And Dunedin's not the only place celebrating the opening of a new cultural facility. Years of planning, debating, ratepayers' polls and reports had their conclusion in front of thousands of people in Southland yesterday. The new Invercargill Public Library opened, and it was standing room only in D Street, as Lee Davies reports.
The northbound lane of D Street was cordoned off to make room for thousands of people, some of whom had come from more than 100 kilometres away. And no one was more excited than Invercargill's mayor.
I invite you all to come inside and to join me in the opening of your public library. Thank you. Please come in with me.
The impressive lineup of civic dignitaries didn't disguise the fact that this was essentially an occasion for ordinary people. Speeches were kept to a minimum, but the singing had a momentum of its own. When the elevator started up, it signalled that as far as the public was concerned, the library was well and truly open. City Librarian Keith Harrington estimated 10,000 people passed through the doors in the 4 hours it was open, and there didn't seem to be a negative comment among them.
It's just like stepping into another world. It really is. It's something we can be really, really proud of.
Excellent.
Library staff were on hand to explain the functions of the various rooms and services in the complex, and some areas became immediate favourites. The new library has cost $5.7 million, and it seems the project which originally split the community is now uniting it.
Congratulations, Invercargill. The world's top BMX riders are gathering in Brisbane, and a band of local riders hopes to give them a run for their money. About 2,000 BMX riders will take part in the World Championships. 24 of them are from Otago and Southland. Mark Price went out to watch them train.
Are you ready? Watch the lights!
Not too many sports could claim to have in their World Championship team a 6-year-old and a 49-year-old, but on the BMX track, age counts for nothing. Some of the southern contingent leaving over the next few days for the heat and dust of Brisbane put in their final practice on wet Dunedin clay at the weekend. They don't seem at all daunted by the thought of taking on the world's best.
I'll give them a fright. I'll let them know where I'm from.
Yeah. BMX is billed as a family sport, and behind every world champion prospect, there would have to be a nail-biting parent.
It's like a pretty rough sort of a sport.
Kind of is.
You ever have accidents?
Yes.
And what happens?
I crash.
The big day in Brisbane is August the 5th.
All the best for the trip. That's it from us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Good night.